So I just saw the movie The Bride, and it explores the theme of intercultural marriage. And I wanted to ask you guys about, navigating an intercultural relationship. Thanks for joining us, guys. We are gonna explore today the topic of intercultural relationships. That's you guys.
That's me.
So can you guys give us a little background about, where you come from and how you guys met?
I come from Germany, and I think it's been 7 years since I lived here, more or less. My Vietnamese skills are still embarrassing, but working on that. Next month, 5 years ago, we ran into each other at the Banh Mi Awards, actually.
The Banh Mi Awards in Germany? Oh, here?
Yeah, because I was already living and working here. So I came in 2016 and as a tourist, turned intern, one service contract after another because I really, really wanted to stay here. But of course, back in the days, everybody tells me oh yeah, come back to Germany. You can't just stay there, this, that. Unfortunately, I listened and I went back, but I missed Saigon after 1.5 years. I rolled the dice and said look, I will apply for this one job, and if I get it, I'm sorry, I'm gone. And I got here then, obviously, and never looked back. And about a year later, I went then to the Banh Mi Awards, which I was very excited about because I knew already about them and always wanted to go as a foodie.
Yeah.
And he stood around there. And
I was organizing for people there who was making presentations.
I wanted the moment I wanted to say thank you, and then he was standing there behind him, smiling at me.
Wow.
And I was so awkward that I just magically went up to him.
Wow.
We said, "Hey, I'm Julia." And he said, "I'm son, like father and son." And I was
Like the mountain.
You remember it so vividly, this encounter. That's amazing. So you were there, working there.
Working, yeah.
And what's your background, son?
I went to uni in Australia, so I went to public school here for 17 years. I went to uni.
Born and raised here in Vietnam.
Born and raised here in Goa. Went to Australia, came back after COVID, kind of in between COVID. It was late 2020, and went to work.
Wow. Okay, so back to the Banh Mi Awards. You bonded over Banh Mi. That's amazing.
But yeah, it was the F&D Awards.
Wow.
Yeah, and 5 weeks later, we've been couple. And that was really the weirdest thing. It was literally how I'm a millennial, right? So my opinion on marriage and so on was I don't need that. And my mom was always, you will know, and you know, and I told her you don't understand me.
Yeah.
And then I met him, and somehow then again mama called I have met someone.
So how did your families react when they found out that you're dating someone from another culture?
I mean, my parents were expecting that because they knew I wanted to anyway stay here, live here, and they were expecting that the majority of people that are on the dating market here are obviously Vietnamese, so they were not surprised that he's Vietnamese. But I think it was much harder for your family because I read up the numbers. 90% of all the mixed couples in Vietnam are the guys from abroad.
Yeah, you have stats. Yeah, and you're right. People do notice that. Yes, usually the male is non-Vietnamese and the girl is Vietnamese. That's usually the case. So you guys are the minority.
My parents were kind of stressed out in the beginning.
Oh, really?
Because they were they had expectations that if you marry someone from abroad, you're eventually going to go abroad and live abroad. And this is worry of oh, but you're a firstborn, you're supposed to stay around, and you're just going to fuck off to Germany and not be around. But I think soon enough they realized that enough people want to stay here.
Yeah, but for your family, they were already kind of comfortable with it because you had already chosen to leave. And what about that decision to leave, in the first place? Was that easy for your family to accept, you living in Vietnam?
Before I came here, it was all the classics. I mean, my family, there were comments from you can't say that in Vietnam everything is so good, that can't be. They didn't believe that we have skyscrapers.
Okay.
All they knew was kind of the war, and it's a tour place, and it's kind of developing, but don't you want to be there?
I was having the best time of my life. In my internship, I worked in a German company, but I was one of 3 foreigners in 150 people. So I did the entire coming sun, sleeping in lunchtime, going to the cafe.
Yeah.
milk tea thing. So for me, that was all super amazing. Like everything works, it's fine. If it's rainy season, I take my work shoes in my hand, I put the flip flops on. I was having the time of my life, and then I came back to Germany, telling my family, I'm there. I'm very happy there. Everything is fantastic, and I'm enjoying it. And they couldn't believe what I was telling them. Like, what do you mean?
Right. Yeah.
I had a good freelance writing gig going at that time that I was doing in Vietnam in the evenings and weekends. Back in Germany, I was so sad with missing Saigon all the time. I closed my eyes and I'm still there. I couldn't do anything anymore. So when I made the decision, parents were sad, but they were also knowing it's the best for me and it's the right thing to do. So when I told them about Son, and I told them more about him, and then when he said something in very nice German in the background of the phone,
Did you practice that or?
Yeah, for 3 months before I met her.
Wow.
I could pronounce pretty well.
you can't pronounce who.
You made the effort.
His granddad lived in Germany already. Studied German before he met me. I don't think you planned to like meet a German girl.
Yeah, but it was kind of heading that direction. The things were kind of set up. But back to your family. So you said like one of the issues was they were afraid that if you married a non-Vietnamese person that you would leave.
Naturally, because a lot of people from a certain generation in Vietnam, they think, oh, naturally, it's better over there. You have welfare, to drinkable tap water, all these things that they believe in. And
Right.
obviously, they came from a place where my parents grew up in a very tough time in Vietnamese history.
Yeah, all our parents.
They were immediately thinking, if he actually has a serious relationship with a girl from Germany, they will 100% leave. They have the idea that like the Western family is very much centered around the core family, which means they as grandparents wouldn't have much to do with their grandchildren.
I see.
I mean, like I was probably lucky, like our grandparents didn't live that far away, so we saw them a few times a year, but not like here, like every day or every week. And they were so scared that their own grandchildren will live in Germany, will not speak Vietnamese. I mean, you know how it is. And
Yeah, that's so interesting because I do remember my dad telling me this. I don't know why, but he told me that in history the women carry the culture. It's a Vietnamese belief. Yeah, and then 90% of based on the statistics that you gave earlier, it's usually the Vietnamese women, and then the non-Vietnamese man, and then maybe the culture still passes because the mom is Vietnamese, but in this case they're worried because it's reverse. Interesting.
And they heard these horror stories of like moms of Western children not wanting the grandparents to be involved.
Was there ever a like, wait, what? Like cultural moment between you two? Like something that was like really surprising about the other person's culture?
Like know when like in the beginning like Germans love to complain. In the beginning he was like, oh, calm down, honey, don't worry about it. It's not worth it to like put any mental energy in that. I'm like, honey, I'm de-stressing. I'm German. This makes me feel being taught.
Yeah.
And he was so misunderstood. Now he does the same. Like now he literally does the same.
Oh, interesting. You're becoming German too?
Dishwasher.
Okay. The dishwasher was a culture shock.
Then we don't have it here. Like
Right.
really, it's a standard to have that.
Yeah. And you know the meme, right? When Vietnamese go overseas and they have a house with a dishwasher, it doesn't even get used as a dishwasher.
It's storage.
It's just storage. We tried to get my mom to use a dishwasher and like she would actually rewash the dishes. Yeah, she doesn't trust it. So that was the culture shock.
I think it was like pretty
Smooth.
there's nothing of like kind of Western culture that I couldn't at least get a grasp for. I don't have to agree with everything, but
Yeah.
I would say my parents say you're more Western than me. In my case, not. I'm an immigrant, so in my case, it was I had my Vietnamese friends already in Germany teaching me like what are the do's and don'ts. And
This is like a beautiful example of like what to do right, I think, for anyone out there who's in an intercultural relationship, that like there is a really strong effort to be a part of and at least understand your partner's culture. And you guys are like doing that enthusiastically, right? As opposed to like, you just got together, but like you refuse to accept the other person's culture, which I do see actually. I do see intercultural relationships that are like that, right? It's just like they're together, but I hear like one of the partners like really, really complain about the other person's culture. And I'm like, that sounds not happy. Like that's not like sustainable, right? Yeah.
I don't know when so many people put up with that because for me it was, it's been 5 years now. I think I started to openly challenge and complain about things that are alien to my own culture in like last year or something, because obviously his parents were not very fond of me. So the first, like, say 6 months, we were having a
Cold War.
cold war, so to say, and now I really love them and everything, and I can tell you how we solved it. But what is also the thing is, like, I think I kind of over adapted in the beginning because I wanted to be here anyway, so I would have stayed here with or without you. I put the effort. Then I knew the concerns of his parents, so after they accepted me into the house, I knew what to do. I knew to do the dishes, gifts for mom, of flowers, everything. So I knew, like, you should eat this or that. But we had this, like, cool moment. We went to the pagoda and there was jie. And I don't like jie. And this was the first time where I said, son, please, next time, don't make me eat that just because it's customary, because I don't like it. And I think I adapted on so many other levels that I also should be allowed to be German or foreign about some things myself. I think I put a lot of empathy on your culture over the years. So put that on my own culture now, and then I also feel more comfortable to be, I don't eat that, I'm German, like, I don't like a squishy flavor, or I don't like sweet soups, it's fine.
Yeah, very fair. And then honestly, like, I think these things are like Western, like, oh, I don't like this food because, I'm kind of Western. I meet local Vietnamese all the time that don't eat like dishes that are Vietnamese too.
Obviously, like, there's a certain cultural element to, like, refusing that jie, because oftentimes when, like, an elder offer it to you or something right there, and it's kind of customary to, hey, I'll take one sip, But even my mom, she doesn't eat mắm tôm.
Right. There you go. My mom would call me out for not eating mắm tôm. It's like, what are you doing? And then, like, I see.
I respect that. Everybody would, okay, if you don't eat mắm tôm, it's okay.
Yeah. But then plenty of people don't eat it. Yeah. So the last question I have for you is, do you have any advice for other intercultural couples?
Learn and appreciate each other. That's it. Just like what you were saying before. Not to be not accepting, but, like, I just don't get couples that comes together and are so resistant. Just pick up a little bit of the other's culture.
Yeah.
It goes both ways. It goes both ways.
You cannot just be like, I like you, but not your culture.
Then what do you like about me?
Yeah. Absolutely.
If it comes to the long-term goal of making it
If you want to make it work.
Yeah. I mean, Vietnam is a fantastic country. It's very easy to like Vietnamese culture, I would say. Like, there is of course things we can argue about, and there's things that are annoying, like in every culture, but it's relatively easy to like Vietnamese culture and to feel good and welcome here. And that there's places in the world where it's much harder to integrate. But for relationships, if you can't find anything lovable or nice or beautiful about the origin of your partner, no matter which country, and if his family is not consisting of absolute psychopaths.
Psychopath free.
Yeah. Like, of course, if that psychopath, you help your partner out.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Save me.
You have a very mature perspective and you're very understanding. The first 6 months, it was not easy for my family to accept that, but with her patience and with her, like, understanding.
You should be able to learn to like also the origin, the culture, and the family. And he told me very early on, when I'm Western, right? Marriage and stuff was never you should have that. But then he told me one day, my dad had a talk with me about my role as a firstborn and the expectations. And I was thinking to myself for 1 second, I think we were together for like a month or 6 weeks at the time. And I was thinking to myself, can I do this? And the answer was just, of course, we can't do the Western standard of, like, it's only about you and your spouse and everything else doesn't matter, at least not in an Asian context.
Beautiful advice. I'm gonna be honest, like, this is the most touching and, like, emotional interview that I've done so far. Like, I feel very, very, I want to use inspired by your story, because just hearing you guys able to tolerate, understand, go deep with each other's culture, and, like, at the same time, like, retain things about your own culture is really good, because you're not asking your partner to sacrifice so much. Like, you are so generous and giving with the way you approach being together. So it is, thank you so much. Thank you, guys. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll catch you guys next time, okay? So a movie that explores these themes in a much scarier way is The Bride. It's in theaters in the US and Canada.